Are you worried, though, Anne-Marie, that the unintended consequences of this piece will sort of make an increasing number of women opt out? Because, you know, one of the things that you talk about in your piece is that we need to close the leadership gap by electing a woman president, 50 women senators, ensure that women are equally represented in the ranks of corporate executives and judicial leaders. And you say only when women wield power in sufficient numbers will we create a society that basically works for all women. But how do you do that if, in fact, it's too hard? I mean, don't we need to have some sacrificial lambs who are out there making sacrifices in their personal lives so they can achieve and work the hours they need? I mean, you've got to work pretty hard to become president of the United States. You can't say, oh, you know what? I can't go to that UN session because I've got to go to my daughter's recital, right?
Right. Although, no question, and in my business, you know, you can't sort of say to the Egyptian government, would you please hold? I got a crisis at home. That's not going to work. Although I will say, you know, I have seen President Obama get up at 9 o'clock at a White House dinner and go upstairs and make clear that he was going up. But no, look, there are a bunch of jobs where you aren't going to be able to balance it. And you have to know that if you're taking one of those jobs, as I did for 2 years, you're going to see a whole lot less of your kids. But here's the thing. I mean, obviously, if I thought that what I was writing would make women opt out, I would never have written it. And I wrestled for a long time. As I said at the outset, you know, my peer said to me, you can't write anything about your own struggles, about making different choices. You will discourage younger women. And then I went and talked to a group of Rhodes Scholars who are as accomplished as young women and men as could be. And I told them the truth. And the first response was, thank God, you know, you didn't give us just another you can have it all talk. And that's when I decided the women who've made those sacrifices, above all, were the women ahead of me who really, right? They worked in a completely man's world, and the things that they had to do to get there to open the doors for my generation
and deal with
were amazing. I think my generation has made a lot of progress. Many of us had kids late and experienced infertility issues and lots of issues where we now tell a lot of younger women, try to have kids before 35 if you can. That leaves this generation who feel very empowered, right? They're raised, as somebody said, they're raised as soccer players, you know, and told that they could do anything they want to do as little girls. And then they're getting there and saying, I'm just not sure how this is all going to fit. You know, I want to be a top career professional. I want to have a family. How am I going to make this work? And what I'm trying to say is I think the women's movement, I think, frankly, our society has gotten to a place where we can say, let's ask for what we need. I think along the way we might end up with a more balanced life for all of us, and that would be a good thing. But we can ask for what we need and make it easier for, as I said, women to stay in the pool. And that's my ultimate goal. I want women to still be in the pool, so when you look for the managing partner and you look for the high State Department officials, you know, all the women in the Obama administration, as I wrote, when we step down, men replace us, because every available woman who did foreign policy who was a Democrat was recruited. Everybody. It's just not very big a pool. When men step down, there are more men who love to have those jobs. We need more women in the pool, and to do that, we've got to allow women to have families, not stay home, have families, and also pursue their career ambitions.